Roger.
Hello, hello.
Roger.
Hello.
Roger Gardner from Roger the Wild Child.
Yes.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
We're good.
Ah, there you
Oh.
are.
Oh.
I was
What's
wondering.
up, dude?
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to show you our video, too.
Oh, yeah.
I have my break
thought he could
screen on.
see us.
There we go.
All right. There we are.
I'm doing good.
Cool. Where are you located, Roger?
I'm in Boise, Idaho.
Ooh.
Where are you located?
We're Jersey. Jersey boys.
South Jersey.
You're Jersey boy, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And I wanted to ask, I love your show. I listened a bunch last night when I was doing our prep and all.
Okay.
How did you meet your co-hosts? There's Deborah and, oh my God, who's the other guy?
Some doofus named Darren Chef.
Yes.
I don't know. He claims to be the son of the bass player of Elvis, Jerry Chef, but who knows? He
yeah.
claims to be the brother of Jason Chef, the longtime leading vocalist for Chicago, but I don't know.
Does he have proof? Does he have proof?
They say proof is in the pudding, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. So I'm going by his word.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that he is who he is.
Slim told me he's an orphan, so that's why I pay him allowance every week. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no parents.
I was gonna ask though, how did you meet your co-host? Because are you guys together when you do it, or is it like via Zoom?
Basically, we are StreamYard, and you got to pass one of those over to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
I got, here we go.
I mean, come on. I mean, I'm Roger the Wild Child. I got to have a drink with you guys. You know?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you
what
pour
happened
yourself a
was-
drink?
Let's go back to March of 2021, and the show started with me and a few other friends, and I've been out of radio, say about 20 years. I did a quick stint in Rockford, Illinois at 97 ZOK on the weekends in 2009. And I was like, I kind of miss radio. It's kind of in your blood because once you're in radio, I mean, it's who you are and it's your personality, right? And so I'm like, all right. So I'm like, let's create a podcast. So I got a few of my friends together. We created a podcast. I called it the Roger the Wild Child Show. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. And we just episode number 1. And I will say, I looked back to my first episode and I cringed because, and we all cringe at our very first episode, right?
Yes, we've done that
100%,
too.
yeah.
Yes.
And I looked at, we did it. We just, we were reading Hollywood news and just shooting the crap, So it was fun. We had a good time. And then I'm like, oh, we got to get some guests on this show. And then I'm like, all right. So I got into a Facebook group for podcasts. And I was like, all right, we'll do a relationship issue. So we brought in guests for relationship issues.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. And then I brought in like a COVID show and stuff like that. And then this PR rep hit me up and said, hey, we have celebrities we could put on your show.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Nice. Okay. So they hit me up and I booked a couple of their guests. And in this Facebook group is where I met Deborah Driggs. And so because she wanted to be a guest on like 50 different podcasts.
Yes.
And I'm like, all right, I'll put my name in the list and hopefully she'll choose mine to be on my show. So then she was in episode number 7.
Okay.
Well, that's where it all began because she was an amazing guest. She made me laugh. Me and my co-hosts have had such a great time with her
Yes.
that I was looking for one more co-host and I posted in the Facebook group and she's like, I'll be your co-host. I said, Deborah, you're going to be my guest. Oh, I'll be your co-host too. All right, let's see how you go as a guest, and then we'll find out if you'll work as a co-host.
Yes. Yo, that's crazy though, because I was gonna say I love what she adds to your show. She just seems like
She adds a lot of content
so
to the show,
much fun.
and so we
Yes.
kicked it off. So episode 8, I made her season 1, episode 8. I made her my official co-host, and in the process, unfortunately, things change in all shows. People come and go, and you've got to make changes. And I realized this show's moving into a direction, and I'm booking celebrities, and that just seems to be the direction. Yes. And then, so then what happened was we did an episode with Jason Sheff, former lead singer of Chicago, or not former, the longtime leading vocalist of Chicago. So I interviewed him, and that went real well. And then his brother, Darren, was watching the show. 2 weeks later, he gets the notification because he hit the symbol, said like on YouTube. So then he's like watching my show. And then he messages me on Facebook, actually. And he messages me and says, great show, blah, blah, blah. That's great. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call from him. And I'm like, oh, it's Darren Sheff. I better answer the phone. He must be important. And, and so, so Darren and I kicked it off. We just sat there and talked about everything, music, production. Him and I have an acquaintance together, Gary Wayne Bridges out of Nashville. He's a TV producer. And that's kind of how I met Jason, is through Gary as well. And so that's how I got him on the show. So we just started talking, and we just became really good friends in the process. So as things escalated, we even had, Frankie MacDonald came onto the show.
That's how we connected.
Yes.
We have Frankie on, I think, once a month.
He was a guest.
Yeah.
And then then I made him a segment on my show, The Weatherman.
Yes. Dude, is he not fun?
You didn't make him a segment. He made himself a segment.
Yes,
Let's be real.
But he is so much fun. And you can go anywhere with him. Like, that's what we realized early. Like, you can't really do a serious interview, but you just have to go where it takes you.
Right. No, there was no serious interview with Frankie. We were just busting up laughing. And then we decided we're going to make you on the show. So in the beginning of our show is Frankie. So we did that for a while. And then Frankie, we took a break from Frankie because I was trying to play around with some things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to bring Frankie back. So everybody kept asking, where's Frankie? I'm like, I guess you guys love him. Let's bring him back.
He is.
So he's back on Sunday nights. We even made him a new theme song.
I heard that.
We have a video and everything with a theme song for him. And even Darren Sheff produced that and did the music and sang and everything for it.
That's cool.
And then my marketing team decided to create the video, and so now he's got a professional video going into a segment. So it's kind of cool.
I love I think it's Photoshop. It's him in The Shining. It's just it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Like the doorway that Jack Nicholson's in. So good, Roger. Oh, yes. But that's what I didn't know. I didn't know if you because you have some awesome guests, some amazing actors and actresses, and I didn't know if you had previously been an actor or anything like that.
No, I wish.
Me neither. But I do know what you say. We were just mentioning that earlier. Once you're in radio, that bites you. You always have that on your mind.
Yeah,
it's in your blood.
Yes.
When you have a passion and love about something, it's always inside you. And after 20 years, I was able to turn the microphone on. I bought a home studio and everything, and I'm like, all right, let's do this shit, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have been listening, but Rob comes from radio. He was on The Rat in New Jersey here for a bit. So.
WRAT. Yeah, there was a radio station. WRAT. I got fired, whatever, but I always
hasn't got fired in radio?
And who hasn't lied? I feel like that's how everyone gets in. Oh yeah, I'm going to college. I'm an intern. That's how everyone gets in. But it never leaves you. I always had that. And then once podcasting was a thing, I had so many conversations with so many people, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it. And they never came through. And then one day this goof across from me, Slim, he's like, I'm doing something with my cousin. You want to do it? And I was like, yeah. And about a week later, I'm like, you got to fire your cousin. He sucks. And he fired his cousin. And we've been together ever since, Roger.
For 8 years now.
And then you guys are going to end it, right?
And then, yeah, we're going. But
so you guys are you having a divorce or what's going on?
I get custody. I get custody of some of these beer cans.
All the beer cans.
Yeah, dude, it's, as I'm sure you know, it's a lot of work. We also do full-time jobs, and I'm a father, and it's so much work. I'm totally burnt out. Burnt out.
And I'm moving up in my company, so it's harder to kind of do this on the side.
I was thinking of trying to get him fired from his job, and maybe we could keep
It's not working, is it?
No. I keep calling his place of employment and telling him
well, you know, if Darren does not work out, maybe I can have you, Slim, on my show.
Yeah.
Or you could have Rob.
Or Rob, one of us.
Or Rob, or whoever.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, I do.
It's just a lot of work, and like I was telling some of the guests from earlier, like what we do is very ambitious because we always wanted to be like morning radio. So we do this 5-hour long live show, and it just becomes a lot doing that every week.
But when I was again doing prep for your interview, I was telling Slim earlier today, I'm like, they're basically they really remind me of our show. Like it's great, the energy, the questions, the
we roast each other on the air, which is a lot of fun. And we give each other crap. Deborah gives me crap all the time. Darren's giving Deborah crap. That's just who we are.
Yeah.
You don't watch our show and get a serious interview. And I tell all my guests, no shirt, no tie. Okay.
No shirt, no tie.
Hang out, and we're just gonna have some fun.
Just a hangout. Exactly.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you too. I don't know if you've been around long enough, but over the years we've had third and fourth mics, and they always get their feelings hurt. Like they can't take the jokes or the ribbing. Like I have a lot of people that hate me, Roger.
That's all. So do I. So it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've made some changes. I started this in March. We're 6 months in. Yeah. And we were just listed on Hollywood Digest in the top 75 web shows in the world. Wow. We're number 59.
That's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, is this a misprint?
So continuing to what Rob said, we used to, in the early days, we would just bring on our friends, right? We'd be like, oh, this buddy of mine's cool.
How my show started back in March.
So now where we are 8 years later, we don't invite anyone. We don't invite anyone over.
Yes.
You are not allowed on the show.
You realize that the friend you thought was cool is not a cool friend anymore. Yeah, they just suck.
It happens. Yeah. But I got really blessed with Deborah. Deborah was amazing. She adds so much content to the show. I've actually made her my co-executive producer of the show just recently. So her and I have been really working, together trying to build our guests.
Yes.
We got in October. No, we just had Steve Weber on from Wings.
Okay.
Yes, and he's on Chicago Med right now. He's the doctor everybody hates. That was an amazing interview. Sunday night, I had Jet Juergensmeyer. He played Boyd Baxter in Last Man Standing, and he's also a new musician. So he performed for us live on the air.
That's awesome.
And YouTube's already copyrighted, claimed it.
Yes,
so whatever.
They do that.
Yeah.
You can have permission from the person, or like you said, you had the person himself doing his own song. But YouTube, that's
whatever.
YouTube sucks.
Whatever, guys, we're having fun. We're entertaining our audience.
Yeah.
And then coming up in October, we have John O'Hurley going to be coming up. You know him from Seinfeld.
Oh, what was he on there? Yes.
And then we got Donnie Most in November 3rd. He is Ralph the Mouth.
Yes.
On Happy Days.
Happy Days. Holy cow. That's awesome.
We got a
Holy
lot.
Shit.
I've got Jessica Lynn. She's a country music artist. She'll be coming up in October. So we got a lot of great things lined up.
Nice.
And we're pretty much almost booked all the way through November. And now I'm getting ready to open up my calendar for December.
Yeah, that's how I roll too. I book a few months in advance. Like right now, November, and I don't like to book too far in advance though, Roger. I do like 2 months at a time. Because I feel like then it gets away from people and then it can be a problem. But 2 months, I do solid. Mm-hmm. That's definitely the way to go.
People are like knocking on my door asking to be on my show. I'm actually turned people away. I've turned celebrities away because I'm in too much demand right now. I mean, the show's going really, really good.
That's good.
And we're just, we're trying to figure out this whole social media thing.
That's where I kind of got rolling.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Okay, so I can get the views because we post a show and we get people watch. We have our regulars that watch our show live, and then we repost in all the different groups. Depending on whoever the artist is. So I posted in all the Last Man Standing groups and the Jet Jurgensmeyer groups, and then when we had Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, I put in all the heavy metal groups. So we're getting people watching the show.
Yeah,
just trying to get people to like and follow our page so that they're continuously watching. So
it's a grind. I was told years ago that it takes about 10 years to finally build that kind of an audience. So it's a long grind. It's on everything. So
right.
It's tough.
It's going to take its time. It's good. Like I said, we're Deborah and I are rebranding the show, so we've got some new logos coming out. We're redoing the whole website. I've had to archive the first season for reasons I can't explain, but we're doing a lot of cool stuff, and we're moving forward, and I'm really excited. October 17th, we're going to do something really cool. I was going to announce it on my show on Sunday. However, I'll announce it to you guys.
Ooh.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to do our show live from Beverly Hills at Lux Studios with a live studio audience.
Wow.
And my guests that will be on there will be Bo McDowell. He is a comedian. He is in the semifinals of Last Comic Standing. Okay. And Gigi Lavangi, she is a TV producer, screenwriter. She wrote Stepmom. She will be in studio with us. Bo will be on the East Coast, but Gigi will be in studio with us. And then we'll have we can seat like 20 people in the studio. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. So
that sounds amazing.
Really excited about how that's going to work, because next year, moving to Nashville, we're going to create a set, and Darren's out there. I'm going to move out there, and Deborah's talking about moving out there. So we're going to do our show live with a live studio audience. So this will be a good test for us. So we got some great plans for the future for the show, which I'm really excited about.
That's awesome. Super cool. Super cool. I love that kind of emotion too, like a movement. Like that's an awesome thing to be doing.
So you said you're rebranding. Are you changing the name of the show?
No, the show's gonna be the same. We're just redefining the show, changing our logo, making sure a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that people don't really see, but you're gonna see like the way the show looks is gonna look a little more defined. The color, we're gonna be more color scheme, kind of a little over. It's just a lot of behind the scenes stuff that it's a little stuff,
but yes,
that's going to make it, because I'm going to package the show, and my goal is by 2022 I want to sell the show to a network.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, it's super hard, but yeah,
it is. But you know what, if you have a vision, you go for it.
Yes,
it's not going to come knocking on your door. You're going to have to knock on theirs.
Yes.
And if I have to have the whole package so I can go around and start knocking on doors.
Kick them in.
Takes one person to say, I love what you're doing. And that's going to be the pathway that we need to go. So, I've built my networking just in the last 6 months. It's crazy. All the celebrities that I'm actually friends with and that I've kept relationships with since their interview, and I'm getting referrals for guests, and it's just, it's been a crazy run, and I love it. And it's all about our people. And when we do our show, we're always talking to our audience in the chat. We got regulars, and they're just, they're in there just chatting with each other because they know each other now, which is really cool. So we're kind of like a family.
It's awesome. Like I've always said, I'd rather have like less fans, but that listen to every show, that comment, that always like or message you type of thing. Like that's
right.
the best.
And those
that's
are the ones that
feeling.
are sharing your broadcasts because they love you so much.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing their friends in to watch your show, and then their friends, and then 10 years later you're running 2 billion streams.
Yeah. I don't know. We got 3. We did. Oh no, we have 2 streams. We do the Facebook. We do. We have a buddy that does a station. We just started Twitch. Roger. So
okay.
I heard that's a cool thing to look into. And just off our first broadcast on there, we had like 3 people that like listened to the whole show too. So
even today, I think there's just been like 2 people that have just stayed in the chat.
It's cool. It's cool that it's cool that they've listened or been there the whole time. Like, so.
One thing I found out is that a lot of people that don't watch the show live, you get a lot more viewers on the rebroadcast.
Yeah.
So when they go back and they may be working or having dinner with their family, and then that night or the next day, they're like, "Oh, let me catch out the Roger the Wild Child show." Boom.
Yeah.
And they're just watching it, like DVR,
Yep.
just, when on their terms, not when we're scheduled. Now, back in the day when we were kids, it was like, if you missed it at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, you were out of luck.
You were screwed. I remember hearing an interview with, what's his name from Happy Days of Fonz? Henry Winkler, where he said, they were one of the top shows or whatever, but there were only 7 channels on TV at the time. So yes, they were going to be.
You had 3 networks: you had ABC, CBS, and NBC. You didn't even have Fox or all this other stuff. You just had those 3 networks. And if the president was on, you were fucked. You couldn't watch any of your shows.
Or a space shuttle launching. You were screwed.
And that's what it was. There was only like 2 channels that actually had like unique shows, right?
Yes. But he openly says that in interviews. Like, whatever, we
were the best out of 7.
Yeah. But nowadays you have everybody. It's like an oversaturation of anybody can go on there. It's not all good, but it's all there. So it's a hard thing to claw your way up from. Roger, thank you so much for talking to us, dude. It's been a blast.
Hey, I had so much fun with you guys. You guys rock it. So,
Thank you, my friend.
When your show's over and
we're ready to spill the tea. I'll be on your show. I'll be telling you how much of a piece of garbage Slim was, and he'll be on there telling you how gross I was to sit across from for 8 years.
We'll just talk each other.
Yeah.
We might as well just do it on the same.
No, we'd definitely love to come on your show.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
What have you watched our interviews with Frankie MacDonald?
I seen a little bit of it earlier today. I found a YouTube video or Facebook video of him on there with you. Yeah. He's got, he's a great person. I mean, he really is a genuine person. A lot of fun to talk to. Very intelligent.
Yes.
Because we were. I have to say this one last thing with Frankie. We were because Deborah sent him, because she's a Playboy model, and she sent him a signed autograph of her March 1990 issue. So she sent a few months ago back, and I asked him on the air live. I said, Frankie, where's Deborah's magazine? She's like, yeah, Frankie, where's my magazine? Oh, it's over here in the cupboard. I'm like, you keep her magazine in a cupboard? He goes, yeah, it's 1990. It was a long time ago.
Frankie loves the ladies.
I'm like, we're like, great. Now you're trying to tell everybody how old Deborah is. Great, Frankie. Long time. It was before the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Like, oh my gosh. And he started rattling up all the Olympics and the location.
And then telling you all the storms that happened around that
time. Yeah, he is so much fun. He's a super.
Oh, you gotta love Frankie. We love him, and we're glad that he's back on our show. And he's on every Sunday night. We do our show Wednesdays and Sundays on 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on YouTube and Facebook. And Frankie is on Sundays with us in the beginning. So feel free to like our show, please, guys. I'm looking for subscribers, and I'm looking to increase our fan base. So, and just check it out, because you watch it once, you're going to fall in love. You're going to want to come back because you don't know what going to come out of our mouth.
And on YouTube and all that, it's just Roger the Wild Child.
Yep, you just search Roger the Wild Child right up there. All right, and you'll find us. And make sure you guys follow and subscribe, and then get in the chat because we actually talk to you guys live on the air.
Oh, we don't reply to anyone. Anybody like that tries to call in,
and that's why you guys are ending here at the end of the year.
We are. We're done. We're done with everybody that listens.
Because we isolated our audience.
Yeah. Thank you, Roger. It's been a blast, man.
All right, guys. Thank you.